this evening on ENN Tonight.
The new student government funding model is causing financial distress in some organizations.
Basically, we had to come up with all of the money that we were going to spend for the whole semester.
For over 8 hours, Elon Fire and Police helped clean up an unusual scene.
And a new addition to the 5 current schools that make up Elon's campus.
Those stories and more,
ENN Tonight starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for ENN Tonight. I'm Rachel Hawley.
And I'm Alice Morrissey.
Starting off tonight, after a huge change with Elon Student Government Association, with this association's funding design, some clubs and organizations that rely on SGA's money are struggling to get used to this shift. ENN's Fiona McAllister spoke with an organization president to see how they're dealing with this new way of submitting their budget.
Elon Student Government Association's new funding model isn't working out the way some clubs had planned.
Basically, we had to come up with all of the money that we were going to spend for the whole semester, which is hard to do, especially Sinalon. We're not really doing events, we're making films.
Sinalon President Sarah Kars says that she asked for less funding than usual in hopes that her club, a student-run film production company, would get approved for it all.
I've really tried to make sure that we spend a little bit less of SGA's money. And I think that might have benefited us in this case because we did get more than half of what we asked for. I think we got $450 and we asked for $800.
SGA Vice President of Finance Ian Berger told ENN that, as is typical, no organization received 100% of what they requested. With this change, Kars says that Sinalon won't be able to make as many movies as they usually do, all because of the lack of funds.
But now we can only make 1 film this semester, which is different. In previous semesters, we made 4. So we're going to have to scale back a lot and probably have to do a lot of littler things so that people still get experience, because that's the whole point of our club.
Berger says that to get approved for more funding, organizations can collaborate with other organizations when it comes to events. But Kars says that Sinalon isn't an event-focused organization, making it all the more difficult to get funding.
You have to kind of be willing to put your own money into it. I would say it's pretty impossible to make a movie without any money.
Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight.
And in other SGA news, they held their first meeting of the semester and shared their goals for the year. The Executive Council outlined their 5 priorities they collaborated on throughout the summer. These priorities include focusing on student belonging, organizational connection, internal senator growth and community connections, and awareness of SGA and campus resources.
We want to make sure that the Elon experience is for everybody, regardless of if you're the student that's raising your hand consistently every single time, or if you're just looking for an opportunity to be involved. And so I think that our priorities do a really, really good job of doing that in a way that is very interconnected, so that it's for the student, how the student is relating to SGA, then to broader campus resources, and then to our general Elon community as well.
SGA is also preparing for the addition of the class of 2029 senators who will be elected on September 16th.
Elon News Network's own anchor and news editor, Charlotte Pfabe, and managing editor of The Pendulum, Sarah T. Moore, stayed on the scene of a crane tip and road closure for more than 8 hours. Charlotte Pfabe has more on how the crane was lifted.
From the outside, it seems like a normal day here on West Lebanon Avenue. But last Thursday, neighbors will tell you it was anything but quiet.
A tree removal crane vertical on the side of the road. That's what people saw on September 4th around 2:15 p.m. The crane was working to remove branches from a tree when it tipped. No one was injured in the accident. However, people living in the houses next to the crane couldn't return to their homes until after 9:30 at night. In the meantime, the fire department, along with a local towing company, worked to bring the crane to the ground. The issue? The crane was still extended 80 feet. Duke Energy shut off power a little before 5 p.m. and reported 133 customers without power in the area. 7 hours later, the crane was on the ground, but power was still out. Altogether, the cleanup process took over 8 hours total. Charlotte Pfabe, ENN Tonight.
Elon University's Department of Engineering and Computer Science plans to leave the School of Arts and Sciences next year to form a new School of Engineering and Computing. Last year, students majoring or minoring in computer science or engineering were surveyed about the future school. However, the current chair of the Department of Engineering says this has been in the works since before the pandemic.
We started having discussions about building some buildings for our program in the late 20-teens again. And one of the wings that we're actually sitting in right now is the dean's office. So it was anticipated that there would be a School of Engineering.
Elon University's Bachelor of Science in Engineering program has been accredited since 2019, and that accreditation will carry into the new school.
Stick around to see how Elon's football home opener went.
And a longtime volunteering tradition at Elon helps stop world hunger.
Once upon a time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, jousting, nights, the living mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com.
You can take Link Transit to Burlington, Graham, Mebane, Gibsonville, or within Elon. Elon University students and staff can ride Link Transit for free after showing an Elon ID. Blue Route 3 comes by every 90 minutes Monday through Friday with certain hours on Saturdays. And for more information on Link Transit, please call 336-222-5465 or visit the Link Transit website.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
Our Parker Forgash is back in studio with this week's forecast. How's the weather looking, Parker?
Thank you, Rachel. Thunderstorms have been impacting Elon this past weekend, but we are in for a sunny week with much warmer temperatures. Now for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tonight we will see a low of 50 degrees with mostly clear conditions. Tomorrow and Wednesday will bring sunny skies with highs in the upper 70s and lows in the 50s both days. Thursday and Friday will reach the 80s with a high of 82 on Thursday and 81 on Friday under clear skies. And to start off the weekend, Saturday will bring even more sun with a high of 78. Elon's football game this past Saturday was pushed back 2 hours due to east-moving storms, finally kicking off at 8 p.m. after a lightning delay with moderate risk of damaging winds. The storm dropped over an inch of rain, and on Saturday, the last cells moved out around 3 a.m., leaving behind cooler air and scattered rain on Sunday. Rachel and Alice, did you guys go to the football game?
Well, Parker, I was planning on going to the football game, but because of the rain, I decided not to go. What about you, Alice?
I stayed nice and dry in my apartment and also did not go to the football game because of the rain. But our Monika Jurevicius was brave enough to face the storm. Monika, how did the game go?
Yeah, Rachel and Alice, like Parker was saying, it was rainy and a lot of people were sitting outside of the stadium trying to get in. But with that delay, it just kept people outside. But even with it, Elon football played against Davidson College for their home opener. I was at the game to capture all the action.
Delayed by weather but not denied, Elon and Davidson made up for lost time in a gritty matchup. Redshirt freshman quarterback Landon Clark scored the first touchdown for the night, scoring 3 more throughout the game. Clark sent the football 22 yards across the field to junior Landon Bakey in the end zone, who helped drive the score for the Phoenix with a running total of 118 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns. Bakey said that him and Clark have been building their connection on the field, which is showing results for the Phoenix. The Phoenix scored 17 points in the final 3 minutes of the second quarter, leading 41-0. Head football coach Tony Trisciani says his players had what it took to come out and play in the second half of the game. This game was the largest win for Trisciani since he started coaching Elon football in 2019. Davidson's quarterback Coulter Cleveland threw a 25-yard pass to wide receiver Ivan Hoyt in the end zone during the third quarter, scoring the only touchdown for the Wildcats. The Phoenix won 55-7 against the Wildcats. This was the most the Phoenix have scored against a Division I team since winning against Davidson 56-0 in 2009. Monika Jurevicius, ENN Tonight.
The Phoenix head west to face off with Western Carolina University this Saturday. The game will be live streamed on ESPN Plus for those watching from home. Like I was saying before, families still made it out to the Global neighborhood and the Schar Center to tailgate for the game dressed in maroon. The tailgate had rain pouring down in the area close to 2 hours after it started. For those who continue to tailgate in the area, many had tents up to shield themselves from the rain. Bank of America Drive, which leads to Rhodes Stadium and is where student organizations tailgate, was completely empty by 4 o'clock. Elon's Student Union Board moved their tailgate inside to avoid the storm, continuing pre-game celebrations until 6 o'clock. Due to eventual lightning, Elon Athletics kept pushing the time gates would open at Rhodes Stadium. Game attendees sat outside the gates with umbrellas and waiting in ponchos before they would eventually be let in at 7:30. Rachel and Alice, back to you at the desk.
One event this weekend brought together Elon students for a great cause. I went to the Rise Against Hunger event to learn more about this volunteer opportunity. Let's take a look. A Rise Against Hunger. Elon University's Kernodle Center partnered with the Rise Against Hunger organization for a meal packaging event. More than 21,000 meals getting packed by student volunteers for a fight to end world hunger. Michelle Minto, an event facilitator for the organization, says anyone can make a difference.
It doesn't matter what religion, what background. As humans, we all have to eat. We might eat different things, but we all have to eat.
According to Minto, over 2 billion people globally face food insecurity. That means they lack access to nutritious meals.
Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. And this is one of the ways you can be that change. You want to see less hunger? Come pack a meal. We'd be glad to have you.
Food insecurity is even common close to home. Megan DeMarco, director of Campus Kitchen, says this event can make a huge impact.
It kind of lets us tell people about food insecurity. It's something that really affects the Elon area.
Just one of the boxes of meals getting packed at the event can feed a kid for an entire school year. Rachel Hawley, ENN Tonight. For those interested in volunteering, to hear more about the event, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
A new tool is helping Alamance County residents reunite families with their lost pets without the wait. Burlington Animal Services has installed 10 microchip scanning stations at fire departments and sheriff's offices across the county, giving people a faster, more convenient way to check for pets' microchips when shelters and vet clinics are closed. The scanning stations are free to use, and each one includes a step-by-step directions. Once scanned, users can contact the CHIPS registry directly and notify the owner. The project was made possible through a grant from Pet Links and Best Friends Animal Society, a leader in no-kill animal sheltering.
We know that often, pet owners have their pets microchipped for good reason, but, when a pet gets lost, it's always when vets and shelters are closed on the evening or holidays and weekends. So accessing a microchip scanner to see if a pet has a chip isn't always convenient.
Up next, an unexpected diagnosis, a canceled birthday, and a turn to social media. How one Elon Sr. turned a life-altering moment into a message of hope.
And a change of scenery and menu for a Gibsonville favorite, coming up after the break.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You can take Link Transit to Burlington, Graham, Mebane, Gibsonville, or within Elon. Elon University students and staff can ride Link Transit for free after showing an Elon ID. Blue Route 3 comes by every 90 minutes Monday through Friday with certain hours on Saturdays. And for more information on Link Transit, please call 336-222-5465 or visit the Link Transit website.
Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
Once Upon a Time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, jousting nights, the living mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com.
Kudos, Carl. You've always had a need for speed. Racing anything with wheels, speed reading novels in record time, yelling out 3, 2, 1 at every traffic light. But this time, you've taken your power obsession to the next level. By purchasing this electric vehicle, you've given yourself instant torque that blows your old launch times away, which will keep you saying, "Woo-wee," every time you punch the pedal. Good for your adrenaline, great for the planet. That's the power of EV.
An Elon Sr. is back on campus after taking medical leave in the spring. Our Charlotte Pfabe learned more about her journey back to Elon.
Lexi Rogers didn't plan to celebrate her 21st birthday back home.
Worst 21st birthday ever.
Lexi started chemotherapy right before her birthday in February.
I have a rare form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's called primary mediastinal B-cell lymphoma.
Now an Elon Sr., she started to feel sick while studying abroad last fall. She visited multiple different doctors and knew something was wrong. She finally got an answer while waiting to fly back to Elon for the spring semester.
I just opened it up and literally the only thing I saw was there is a large impeding mass, and I passed out fully in the airport.
With a diagnosis, she stayed home to start her 6 rounds of chemo. She says she was the youngest person in the hospital's cancer unit and turned to social media for a sense of community.
I was so lonely. I was like, let me just put a video out there and just see what happens.
Through TikTok, she's connected with people across the world, including in Australia and Europe.
All of us kind of got diagnosed around the same time, and we all kind of started posting videos around the same time. So we also all rang the bell around the same time.
But even during her treatment, graduation was still on her mind. So she called her academic advisor and mentor, Professor Anthony Hatcher.
I looked at her on-track audit 10,000 times to figure out, how to juggle and move the pieces around.
Today, Lexi is proud to say she's in remission. She's back on campus with her friends and is set to graduate with the rest of her class.
Now that she's back at Elon, we hang out all the time.
But Lexi says she's not the same person she was last year.
You think you're invincible until you're not. And I mean, until you're having to sit there and sign a will at 20 years old, I don't know, things like that just really put stuff into perspective.
Lexi hopes that people who hear her story will advocate for themselves when they feel sick.
If I can even help one person just realize that something's wrong and go to the doctor, even if they don't have lymphoma, just to go to the doctor and get everything checked out, like that's all I could really ask for.
Charlotte Pfabe, ENN Tonight.
Lexi says she still keeps in touch with her nurses and doctors back at home. And for more of her story, pick up a copy of this week's Pendulum.
A new historical marker honoring the Occaneechi band of the Saponi Nation is set to be unveiled tomorrow under the Oaks. The ceremony marks a growing relationship between the tribal council of the Occaneechi band and Elon University, built through a partnership grounded in respect, relevance, and responsibility. The new marker, located in Shire Hall, features the Assassini translation Grove of the Oaks, a nod to the indigenous heritage of the land.
You might know the Mission, a popular spot just 5 minutes off campus. But did you know it has a new name and menu? ENN's Fiona McAllister talked to the owner to get all the details on the new change.
For a while, it was Jeff Colgan's mission to change things up and give his restaurant a whole new name.
The rebrand came as a result of just being a little bit bored with the menu that we were creating and putting out. We learned so much that we wanted to be able to do more. So I just took what I learned and then developed some new recipes and new menu items we wanted to offer the community, and the Lucky Dog was born.
Once known for its Tex-Mex, the mission no longer felt right. Colgan kept a few dishes and drinks, but the Lucky Dog was the perfect fit.
The tagline for the Lucky Dog is comfort food and cocktails, and we feel like comfort food perfectly describes the menu that we have. It's very eclectic, but it has just a variety of stuff that any person would enjoy.
Colgan's new favorite,
the pizza. It's something that I've always had like a, I don't want to say an obsession, but like I had just a very strong interest in being able to make a really good homemade pizza.
As for the name change, Colgan says that it just matches his lifestyle.
You know, I kind of consider myself a lucky dog just to be able to run a restaurant the way that I want to do it on my own terms for 10 plus years.
Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight.
Colgan says he wants his restaurant to appeal to everyone, and he says he wants customers to feel comfortable while eating their favorite comfort foods.
The Friends of Alamance County Public Library's fall book sale is now underway with over 50,000 books, CDs, and DVDs available for purchase. Our Miles Hayford checked out the sale on opening day.
Books are flying off the shelves here at May Memorial Library, where the Friends of Alamance County Public Library's book sale is taking place.
The biannual book sale is organized by the Friends of the Alamance County Public Libraries, a nonprofit that collects donations from community members and uses the funds of the sale to support local libraries. Volunteer Barbara Roberts, who has been with the organization for 40 years, says the sale has a ton of variety.
Got a lot of good categories. And then our fiction, we also have a section within fiction for new editions, 24 and 25 editions, and books that book clubs have recommended, Southern literature, a lot of good categories that people enjoy finding things.
Roberts says she enjoys opening day because there is so much activity on the first day. She also says the turnout shows how much people love reading a physical book over online versions on devices like Kindles.
You will talk to people who say, I really like holding a book. And I think particularly in the nonfiction area that people like having a volume to read rather than just getting a snippet off of Wikipedia. It's just a whole different research tool to have the reference books.
Books can be purchased with cash or check until the end of the sale on September 14th. Miles Hayford, ENN Tonight.
Painting pots, planting succulents, and sparking conversations. How one event at Elon is growing climate awareness, one plant at a time.
And stay tuned for free food, fun, and community vibes. How Harris Teeter's College Night is turning grocery runs into a back-to-school tradition.
You can take Link Transit to Burlington, Graham, Mebane, Gibsonville, or within Elon. Elon University students and staff can ride Link Transit for free after showing an Elon ID. Blue Route 3 comes by every 90 minutes Monday through Friday with certain hours on Saturdays. And for more information on Link Transit, please call 336-222-5465 or visit the Link Transit website.
In 4 days, was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Once Upon a Time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, jousting, nights, the living mermaids, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop outdoor family adventure. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Elon University students and Burlington residents packed into Harris Teeter for college night. ENN's Olivia Berger has more on the celebration.
Harris Teeter, just an 8-minute drive from campus, turned into a party as it hosted its annual college night. From free food samples to student discounts, goodie bags, and live entertainment, the event blends savings with celebration.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to show that Elon isn't necessarily just tied to the Elon campus, and that we do participate in the community, and the community hopefully likes us.
The event wasn't just about students. It also brought together members of the wider Burlington community.
There's a lot of really nice people and meeting new people, and so, it's really nice to have this, for everyone to enjoy, and not just students, but just everybody in general,
For many, it was about kicking off the new school year with energy and community.
I think just some community togetherness and excitement for the school year to come. Like, I see so many people dancing and getting together, and even the people at the locals at the bar are having fun. So.
From dancing with Harry the Happy Dragon to shopping with friends, college night is quickly becoming a fall tradition. Olivia Berger, ENN Tonight.
Sustainability-focused organizations gathered at Elon University's community garden for Planting for the Planet, an event where participants got to paint pots and plant succulents. The event provided attendees with a way to speak with their peers, enjoy scrappy sorbet, and, most importantly, bring home a new plant. Assistant Director of Sustainability for Education and Outreach, Kelly Harris, says that the events like these are important to educate others on the climate crisis.
I think most of us know we are in a climate crisis. The planet is getting warmer. And what we hope to do in the Office of Sustainability is, one, bring people together, because it can be really scary, and it's good to have like-minded folks that you're able to talk to about this. And then also help folks understand that anyone can and should be making an impact.
Harris says that a solution to this climate crisis is possible if people come together and understand the urgency of the situation.
In his latest Phoenix 5, Vice President of Student Life John Dooley expressed his disappointment of this year's Student Organization Fair being postponed to an unknown date due to unexpected weather conditions. Dooley directed students to Phoenix Connect, a 24/7 resource for information about student organizations and their activities, which can be found online. Some organizations, such as the Student Union Board and a cappella groups, are hosting open events and interest meetings following the cancellation of the org fair. Elon News Network will also host our own event next Tuesday, September 16th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. All students are welcome to come and join our newsroom. Well, that's all the news we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for sports, stories, and more.
And make sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great night, Elon.